y'all. In this video, we are going to see a few previous year university questions from fluid mechanics. I have taken the questions of first module. Okay, so let us go to the first question. It is a question from September 2020. The question is, a U-tube differential gauge is attached to two sections A and B in a horizontal pipe in which oil of specific gravity 0.8 is flowing. The deflection of the mercury in the gauge is 60 centimeter. The level nearer to A being the lower one. Calculate the difference in pressure between sections A and B. So, in this question, it was asked to find out the difference in level, pressure difference between two sections A and B of a pipeline which carries a oil of specific gravity 0.8. Now, let us draw a figure for this question. So, a pipeline which carries oil of specific gravity 0.8 is flowing. And we have marked two sections A and B, and between these two sections we have placed a U-tube differential manometer which contains manometric liquid as mercury. So let us see how can we find out the pressure difference between A and B. So first we will draw a straight line which touches the topmost portion of lower level of the mercury. Okay, so in this figure we can see the left limb has the lower level of mercury. So I have drawn a straight line through it. Now we know the pressure at both the points, left and right limb, at which the straight line touches will have same pressure. So we can say a pressure at this point and this point is same. So we are finding out the pressure difference between A and B. So for that we are taking this equation which says that pressure at this point and this point is same. So we can write PA plus, let's say ρ1 is the density of oil. So ρ1 into G into in left limb of the U-tube mercury manometer, differential manometer. You can see the height in this left limb is H1. So PA plus ρ1 G H1, which is equal to PB plus ρ1 G into H2, where H2 is the height of oil in this right limb. Okay, plus let us say ρ2 is the density of mercury. So ρ2 into G into the height of the mercury column is 0.6 meters, which is 60 centimeter, which was given in the question. So we have the equation. Now we should know ρ1 and ρ2. ρ2 is nothing but the density of mercury. Density of mercury is 30,600 kilogram per meter cube. And density of oil is ρ1. So we don't have the density of oil, but we have specific gravity of oil. So density is equal to, density of oil is equal to specific gravity of oil into density of water. Because we know specific gravity is nothing but the ratio of density of oil and density of standard fluid. Here the standard fluid is water. So density of oil is equal to specific gravity of the oil into density of water. And we all know the density of water is having a value of 1000 kilogram per meter cube. So we can write density of oil is specific gravity of oil, which is given as 0.8 into density of water. Density of water is 1000. So the density of oil is 800 kilogram per meter cube. So we have both densities, and H1 and H2 is unknown. Okay, let us keep it as H1 and H2 itself. But look at the figure. You can write H1 is equal to H2 plus 0.6. Okay, So keep this equation in mind. It is not an equation that you have to by heart. It is an equation that I developed from this particular question from the figure. Okay. Now let us come back to this equation. So we have PA and PB. So in the question, it was asked to find out the difference in pressure between A and B. So PA minus PB is what we have to calculate. PA minus PB is equal to rho1 GH2 plus rho2 G into 0.6 minus rho1 GH1. Okay, and we have the values of rho1, rho2. So I'm substituting those values. PA minus PB is equal to rho1 G is 9.81 into H2 plus rho2 is 13,600. Rho2 G into 0.6 minus rho1 G H1. Okay. Now we can write 13,600 into 9.81 into 0.6, which is coming around 13,600 in 9.81 into 0.6 is 80049.6. So 80049.6 plus 800 into 9.81, which is 7848H2 minus 7848H1. So 80049.6 plus 7848 into H2 minus H1. Now we have an equation. H1 is equal to H2 plus 0.6. So what is H2 minus H1? H2 minus H1 will be minus 0.6. When I take H1 into right hand side and 0.6 into left hand side, you will get H2 minus H1 is equal to minus 0.6. So I am substituting H2 minus H1 as minus 0.6. So 849.6, 80049.6 plus 7848 into minus 0.6. So what is the answer? 75,340.8 Newton per meter square, or which is equal to, or Pascal. We can write Pascal or Newton per meter square. So this is the difference in pressure between A and B. Now let us see the next question. So the second question is from December 2019. The pressure difference between 2 points A and B in a pipe conveying oil of specific gravity 0.9 is measured by an inverted U-tube, and the column connected to B stands 1.2 meter higher than that of A. A pressure gauge is attached at A reads 9.81 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Determine the pressure in pipe at B. So in this question, here we have used inverted U-tube manometers. So let me draw the figure. So A and B. B is at the height of 1.2 meter from A. It's attached with the inverted U-tube manometer. Okay, and oil of specific gravity 0.9 is flowing through it. So 0.9 was the specific gravity of the oil in both pipes. So we have the density of the oil. Since specific gravity is 0.9, density is specific gravity times density of water. So 0.9 into 1000 will give 900 kilogram per meter cube. That is the density of oil flowing through A and B. Now let us draw a straight line, a datum line XX. Okay, so at the datum line, the both pressure at both points of the datum line are equal. So when we write down the pressure at point both points which touches the datum line in both limb of the inverted U-tube differential manometer, you can see the pressure in left hand side or left limb of this U-tube manometer is Pa minus rho into G into H, where rho is the density of oil in this section. So rho into G into H1, where H1 is the height of the oil in left limb, which is equal to Pb minus rho into G into H2, where H2 is the height of the oil in right hand limb. So this is the equation usually we use for inverted U-tube manometers. So it was given at pressure at A is measured as 9.81 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. So I'm just substituting PA with 9.81 into 10 raised to 5 and rho, which is the density of oil, as 900 and G 9.81. You will get the equation like this. Now just rearranging this equation by keeping PB alone in the left hand side and all other values in the right hand side, we will get PB is equal to 9.81 into 10 raised to 5 minus 900 into 9.81 into H1 plus 900 into 9.81 into H2. Just this minus 909.81 into H2 will go to this side. Okay, so the equation will become like this, and you will get PB is equal to 9.81 into 10 raised to 5 plus 900 into 9.81, which is common in both these two terms. So I am taking it outside, which will be 900 into 9.81 into minus H1 plus H2, or I can write H2 minus H1. Now look at the figure. What is H2 minus H1? H2 minus H1. Here I can write H2 minus H1. So from the figure we can write H1 is equal to H2 plus 1.2. So H2 minus H1 will become minus 1.2. Okay, so I am substituting this term with minus 1.2. Now I get the answer of pressure at B as 97040.5.2 Newton per meter square. So this is the pressure at B. Now let us move to the next question. It is from December 2018. The question is, define the term gauge pressure, vacuum pressure, absolute pressure, and indicate their relative positions on a chart. So gauge pressure is the pressure measured with respect to atmospheric pressure, or we can say simply, by keeping the atmospheric pressure as datum, when you measure pressure, those pressures are called gauge pressure. So here the datum or the reference point is atmospheric pressure. So in gauge pressure, atmospheric pressure will be treated as 0. Okay. Now coming to vacuum pressure. Vacuum pressure means any pressure which measured below atmospheric pressure will be treated as, or will be called as, vacuum pressure. And absolute pressure. Absolute pressure is the pressure which measured with reference to absolute vacuum pressure. That means we are measuring the pressure by keeping the absolute zero as the datum, or absolute zero pressure as a reference point. So we can write, or we can draw the figure as this is the zero absolute pressure. Zero absolute pressure. From that, when you measure a pressure by keeping the absolute pressure as datum, all these pressures are called absolute pressure. But when you measure the pressure with reference to atmospheric pressure, or I am taking atmospheric pressure as 0, if I measure pressure above atmospheric pressure as taken as positive gauge pressure, and pressure measured below atmospheric pressure will be taken as negative gauge pressure, which is also called vacuum pressure. So this is the figure for this, and from this we can write the equation: absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. See, let us consider a point. Let us consider a point here. Okay, so the absolute pressure of this point can be written as atmospheric pressure of this point, atmospheric pressure minus gauge pressure, or we can write all the pressure which measured below atmospheric pressure is treated as negative. So I can simply write absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure, because the pressure which measured below the atmospheric pressure will have a negative symbol. So this equation you should keep it in mind, that is absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. Gauge pressure can be negative or positive. It will be positive if it is above atmospheric pressure. It will be negative if it is below atmospheric pressure. Okay, so this is the equation for calculation of absolute pressure. Now moving to the next question. This is a question from May 2019. A cylinder contains a fluid at a gauge pressure 350 kilonewton per meter square. So we just see what is gauge pressure, vacuum pressure and absolute pressure. So here the pressure is given as gauge pressure. So what is this? It is a pressure above atmospheric pressure. Okay. Express the pressure in terms of head of water and mercury. What would be the absolute pressure in the cylinder if atmospheric pressure is 101.3 kilonewton per meter square? So, for measuring pressure, we have an equation, that is P is equal to rho G into H. And it is given the gauge pressure is 350 kilonewton per meter square. Now I am converting it into Newton per meter square. Then it will become 350 into 1000 Newton per meter square. So first question was to write it down in terms of head of water. So here we are replacing this pressure with water. So what will be the height of that water column in order to create the same amount of pressure? That was the question. So we know P is equal to rho GH. So when we are taking water, density of water will be rho and H will be the height of the water column. So I'm just writing down P. We know the value of P, that is 350 into 10 raised to 3 or 350 into 1000, which is equal to density of water, that is 1000 into 9.81 into H, where H is the head of water. So what is H? You can calculate H from this equation. It will be 35.67 meters. So in order to create a pressure of 350 kilonewton per meter square, we have to keep a water column of height 35.67 meters. So the second question was to write down in terms of mercury. So we are just replacing the density of water with the density of mercury. So what is density of mercury? It is 13,600. So 350 into 1000 is equal to 13,600 into 9.81 into H, where H is the head of mercury or height of mercury column. So when you calculate, you can get the value H as 2.62 meters. So in order to develop a pressure of 350 kilonewton per meter square, if you are using a water, we have to build 35.67 meter water column. For the same pressure, if we are using a mercury, we just have to build a 2.62 meter height mercury column in order to create same amount of pressure. So that was the question. And in second portion of the question, it was asked to calculate absolute pressure. Just before the question before, we have discussed what is absolute pressure and the relation between absolute pressure and gauge pressure. So absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. And in this question, atmospheric pressure is given as 101.3 and gauge pressure is 350 kilonewton per meter square. So absolute pressure is equal to 101.3 plus 350, which is 451.3 kilonewton per meter square. So this is the absolute pressure of that fluid in the cylinder.